Hi everyone, my name is Lim Chuan Chuan. First of all, thanks for providing us the opportunity to present in spite of having COVID-19 outbreak. My project title is Development of a Novel Bifunctional Adsorbent Magnetic Multi-Wall Carbon Nanotube for Water Remediation. So I would like to start my presentation with introduction. Water is crucial and vital to all forms of life on Earth. However, water pollution has become a global issue due to the tremendous increase in human population and rapid pace of industrialization. Two main pollutants are dyes and heavy metal. Dyes are widely used in textile, cosmetic, pharmaceutical, plastic, paper, rubber, and food industry. Dye effluent as wastewater from industry is harmful to aquatic life and human beings. Dye can affect the nature of water, which means it can hinder the light penetration of sunlight into the water and disturb photosynthesis process of aquatic plant. Upon contact, it may cause eye irritation and skin irritation. Moreover, upon ingested, slight effect may lead to vomit and diarrhea. Severe effect may lead to mutagenesis, chromosomal fracture, carcinogenesis, which can lead to cancer and respiratory toxicity. Therefore, it is of utmost importance to ensure that the dye wastewater must be treated via wastewater treatment process before discharge in order to minimize the threat to environment and living organisms. Various wastewater treatment methods such as membrane separation, ion exchange, biological or chemical treatment, coagulation or flocculation, photocatalytic degradation, and adsorption process were normally being used to remove dye pollutant from the wastewater. Among these methods, adsorption process is the most well-known method used in the removal of dye pollutant from industry effluents due to its high efficiency, operational simplicity, low operation costs, availability of wide range of adsorbent in treating a bulk of pollutant. The adsorption with magnetic separation can be simplified into three major steps. Step 1. Before adsorption, magnetic nanoparticle was added into the solution which contained the non-magnetic pollutant. Step 2. During adsorption, the mixture was allowed to shed for adsorption process. So during the adsorption process, the pollutant adhere onto the surface of magnetic nanoparticle and form pollutant bound magnetic nanoparticle. Step 3. After adsorption, a magnet is subjected to the magnetic nanoparticle. The pollutant bound magnetic nanoparticle will be attracted to the magnetic field and isolated from the medium. The first following statement is the low adsorption capacity, low adsorption efficiency, and small surface area of conventional adsorbent, such as activated carbon, which diminish the economical feasibility of adsorption process. However, multi-wall carbon nanotube, which is nanoparticle that possess nanosize with higher adsorption capacity, larger surface area, and higher adsorption efficiency as compared to conventional adsorbent, are more economically preferred in adsorption process. Moreover, iron oxide nanoparticle itself also possesses high adsorption capacity and large specific surface area, which fulfill the requirement of an ideal adsorbent as well. Therefore, the combination of multi-wall carbon nanotube and iron oxide as magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube is definitely can achieve a more excellent adsorbent in the removal of pollutant. The second following statement is the conventional adsorbent require complicated and time-consuming processing steps such as filtration, centrifugation, and membrane separation. Moreover, filtration may cause the mass loss of adsorbent. The high rotating speed of centrifugation may harm the structure of adsorbent. Falling issue of membrane may reduce its lifetime, and the problem of membrane disposal may create the secondary waste. Therefore, The adsorption with magnetic separation using magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube can be used to solve this problem, as it can be easily removed from the medium with the application of magnetic field. Then comparison between conventional and new synthesis method of magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube. Example of conventional synthesis method were wet chemical treatment method, cold precipitation method, simple solution method, and solver thermal method. These methods were complicated procedure, time-consuming, high chemical consumption process, as they involve of precursor and solvent, therefore increase the cost and not environmentally friendly because the residue of the chemical at the end of the process are wasted and need to be disposed. Lastly, these methods involve of certain temperature, pressure, and inert conditions such as argon or nitrogen environment to operate. Simple synthesis method, which is the new synthesis method of magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube in this project, is solvent-free, therefore is cheap and environmentally friendly, easy and simple procedure, not time-consuming, and can be operated under room temperature and pressure without the involvement of inert condition. Firstly, naked multi-wall carbon nanotube is functionalized to carboxyl group multi-wall carbon nanotube wire acid treatment by reflux in concentrated nitric acid at 80 degrees Celsius for 8 hours. Then, carboxyl multi-wall carbon nanotube and naked iron oxide were mixed together at pH 4.5 at room temperature and pressure by shaking overnight. Why pH 4.5 was chosen? I will explain it in the next slide. During the mixing reaction, the carboxyl group in the multi-wall carbon nanotube will exist at anion, while the iron oxide will exist at cation. Therefore, unlike charges attract to each other via electrostatic force and form bonding. Lastly, the magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube will form at the end of the process. Point of zero charge, also known as zero potential, which is the point in which the surface charge of the nanoparticle equal to 0. Therefore, when pH is lower than point of zero charge, the surface of the nanoparticle is positively charged and vice versa. In this study, pH drift method was applied in order to determine the point of zero charge. As shown in the figure, the point of zero charge of naked iron oxide and carboxyl multi-wall carbon nanotube were 6.3 and 3.1 respectively. So, why the mixing pH was chosen at 4.5 as mentioned just now? This is because at pH 4.5, it is above point of zero charge of carboxyl multi-wall carbon nanotube, which exists at anion, and below point of zero charge of naked iron oxide, which exists at cation. The figure shows the methylene blue dye solution before adsorption. Prior to the adsorption process, the adsorbent, which is the magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube, were added into the methylene blue dye solution and then allowed for adsorption. After adsorption process, the methylene blue molecule bound magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube were magnetically isolated from the medium by applying the magnetic field as shown in the figure. This shows that the adsorption with magnetic separation is simple, save time, save cost, and lastly can maintain the mass and structure of adsorbent as compared to conventional separation method. Design Expert is a piece of statistical software that provides a wide range of designs such as comparative tests, characterization, optimization, screening, mixture design, robust parameter design, and combined design. In this study, Design Expert version 11.0.4 software, which was designed by StatEast company from USA, was used and implementing Response Surface Methodology RSM coupled with Central Composite Design CCD in order to evaluate the effect of various process parameters such as effect of single process parameter and interaction between parameter, and also to predict the optimization conditions for the removal efficiency of methylene blue using magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube. Effect of single process parameter. 3 absorption parameters, which are temperature range from 25 to 50 degrees Celsius, methylene blue concentration range from 10 to 50 ppm, and magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage range from 0.01 to 0.05 gram per 20 ml were selected as the factors. There are few ways to determine the significance of the parameter toward the absorption. First way is by referring to the graphic trend. Graphic trend as shown in figure A, B, and C. Methylene blue concentration and magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube affect the methylene blue removal efficiency more significantly as compared to temperature, which only slightly affect the methylene blue removal efficiency. Then the second way is by referring to the p-value. For a factor to be significant, it must possess p-value lower than 0.05, and the lower the p-value, the more significant the factor is. The p-value of temperature is 0.0002, while the p-value of both methylene blue concentration and magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage are lower than 0.0001. Again, this shows that temperature parameter is less significant as compared to methylene blue concentration and magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage. The third way is by referring to the f-value. The higher the f-value, the more significant the parameter is. Therefore, methylene blue concentration, which possesses the highest f-value, is the most significant parameter, followed by magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage, and lastly, temperature. In conclusion, the sequence of significance of parameter is methylene blue concentration, then followed by magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage, and lastly, temperature. The interaction between parameters was determined by referring to the three-dimensional response surface model plot as shown in the figure A and figure B. Figure A shows the interaction between magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage and methylene blue concentration, and temperature was the constant parameter which fixed at 30 degrees Celsius, whereas figure B shows the interaction between temperature and methylene blue concentration, and magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage was the constant parameter which fixed at 0.018 gram per 20 ml. As shown in the figure A, both methylene blue concentration and magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage were significant to each other, as any changes in either methylene blue concentration or magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage could affect the methylene blue removal efficiency significantly. The highest methylene blue removal efficiency, which near to 100%, could be achieved even at 30 degrees Celsius temperature, but only with relatively high magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage and low methylene blue concentration. However, as shown in the figure B, the methylene blue removal efficiency barely increased when the temperature increased from 30 to 45 degrees Celsius, except at 42 ppm methylene blue concentration, which shows slightly increase in methylene blue removal efficiency when the temperature increased. Hence, this behavior shows that the interaction between temperature and methylene blue concentration is less significant as compared to the interaction between methylene blue concentration and magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage. A predicted optimum condition to get 99% of methylene blue removal efficiency with 1.0 desirability was proposed by using the design expert software as shown in the figure. The predicted optimum condition proposed was found at absorption temperature of 38 degrees Celsius, methylene blue concentration of 23 ppm, and magnetic multi-wall carbon nanotube dosage of 0.033 gram per 20 ml. In order to validate the predicted value, experiment has been repeated in triplicate at the predicted optimum condition. First trial result of them was 99.19%, second trial was 99.21%, and the third trial was 99.24%. The average value of the result was 99.21%, in which only 0.21% of error was found, as compared to that of the predicted value, 99.00%. This result shows high accuracy in predicting the methylene blue removal efficiency using magnetic multiple carbon nanotubes by using the Design Expert software. Fortunately, me and my research team were able to publish this project recently, which focused in process optimization study. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching and listening to my presentation. Wish you all have a good day.